Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us, we have the ClooBlut RD207. This is an AM/FM 18650 powered portable radio. You can get these on Amazon for a total of $19.90, representing a decent bargain. So let's check it out. The RD207, it's the first time it's offered in just an AM/FM package. There's an illustration of the radio. They are showing it with the weather band. It's kind of a universal package because they do sell a model with the weather band. I'll have links below to this radio and of course to the other models as well. They have an MP3 version and the weather alert version along with this version. So there's some information on the back there. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. Right away, greeted with the radio in a slip case. Take that out. So that is cool blue. I think that's what the name they wanted. ClooBlut. Cool blue. That's my guess anyway. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do something different here. Since these blue radios on red tend to wash out my colors, I'm just gonna slide in this here so we can see my radio easier. There we go. Cool. So the rest in the box, we have a little pamphlet of instructions, which we'll go over. Again, super simple radio. And then in here we have a cable. Let's get that cable out. And the box is empty. Toss that aside. Okay, so this radio utilizes a micro USB to USB connection. So there's your USB and your micro. There you go. You see these still on the PL330, the Texan. You see them on the RadioWows. I was just looking over here to see if I had it. So yeah, you'll see it here on the PL330, which is kind of universal right now. I want to see a move to Type-C, which they'll eventually do. Okay, and we got our manual. There's our radio, front and center. Oh, I have to zoom it on down. Yeah, let's do that. Let's zoom in. Yeah, it's a cool color. I like it. All right, so let's go ahead here. RD207 user manual. For posterity, I'll just open it up. Preparing before use, there's your 18650 flat top. It shows a button top there, but it is a flat top battery. Note the polarity for sure. And I'll open it up and show it to you guys. It's pretty cool. I like these radios because of that reason. And on the back side, here is using your radios, powering it on and off, selecting the stations, and using the flashlight. There's some tips and some warnings. And over here, we have some specs for the radio geek in you. Yeah. This particular version uses a little bit lower capacity battery than the MP3 version. Kind of makes sense. And there's the company. All right, cool. Done with that. And here, let's get to the radio. So dimensions is very similar to the MP3 version I reviewed, which I have like right next to me here. They look identical. Now this is called Lijani, and they're the same company. They just changed their name to ClooBlut. I think they wanted ClooBlue or something like that, but they weren't able to get it, so ClooBlut it is. MP3 version and regular, they look the same, but there are some differences. For $4 more, you get a decent MP3 player. I like it. It remembers where you're at on the track, which is good for big files. Another cool thing is the antenna on the Lijani is longer, this MP3 version, than on the regular version. So I got better FM reception on the MP3 version. Don't know why that is. Don't know why they use the same antenna. So maybe the cost savings? I don't know. It's only $4 difference. So, but like I said, I'll have links to both. But if you just want AM/FM, no frills, and you're in an urban / semi-rural environment, this radio will work just fine. So let's go over dimensions. We have 2 3/16 of an inch in width. We have a height of 5 1/4 inches, including the top of the antenna there. And we have a case depth of 1 inch. More size comparisons. We have CC Pocket in the house with the current time 11:04 p.m. That's Central Daylight Time, and I'm near Chicago, Illinois. USA. That's if we get on the bands here, do an FM and AM band scan. We'll see what we can do. Then we have the CC Skywave, just for size comparison again. I might use this to frequency check if I have to, if I have the time. It's nice to have that digital radio handy. And of course, last but not least, we have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. He loves ClooBlut radios from, can you guess it, China land. Iron Man. That rhymes. There you go. Standard deck of playing cards. All right, cool. So let's go over features of the RD207 ClooBlut AM/FM only radio. So left-hand side, we have the carry thong. Awesome. Carry lanyard, carry strap, whatever you want to call it. Volume on-off control here. Our DC input, 5 volts. It's your USB connection. I noticed on this radio it charges faster. I got 3/4 amps in. When the other radio, the MP3 radio, I got a 1/2 amp in. So I don't know if it uses a different charging circuit as well. It's not a bad thing. Charges a little faster, so just remember that when you're using different batteries. Higher capacity batteries tend to like lower charge rates versus higher charge rates. But 3/4 of an amp isn't bad for most batteries, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. For the radio, we have ClooBlut. The FM scale is actually quite a bit there. I noticed it's semi-accurate. It loses a little accuracy towards the right-hand side of the band there. But at the bottom to the middle, I noticed really good accuracy. And let me bring it up closer to the camera here. There you go. You can see you got like a mini log scale underneath the FM. There's our orange indicator. This particular version does not have a backlight or amber lighting to show up the indicator. The other version, MP3 version, does. That's kind of a cool addition. AM band on the bottom, 520, 1710. I did notice an improvement on the AM on this radio. This radio is slightly better than the MP3 version. So, again, if you're looking for just an AM/FM radio, this might be the one to get. Power indicator turns blue when the radio's on and when you're charging. Down here, we have a 2 1/4 inch speaker that has some nice bass to it. I like it. Right-hand side of the radio, we also have a switch for the light. So we have a low mode, which is a 1/2 watt, and a high mode, which is 2 watts of consumption. So there you are. Nice. And of course, there's the flashlight on top there with its semi-smooth reflector. There you go. LED down the bottom. Band select switch, FM, AM, that's all you get. A headphone jack, a similar experience to the other radio, MP3 version. I noticed an FM. This one's a little bit better. I was enjoying it. The FM reception experience was strong lows. Expect moderate mids and decent highs. So overall, I like the headphone experience on this radio more than I like the MP3, which is interesting. Both radios are FM mono, both ears, no stereo, unfortunately. Especially with the MP3 version, you'd think it'd have stereo, but maybe they'll improve that later on. It's not that hard. It's a different DSP chip. That's what they gotta do. It's maybe $1 more or something like that chip. I also see a little bit of hiss on the headphone jack at low levels. So that's it for that. Oh, an AM band. So the AM band has a nice low neutral tone, which is great for listening to talk radio for hours and hours. Very pleasing. Back of the radio, we have a sticker. There you go. If you peel that sticker back, there's a screw to try to get inside if you need to look around inside the radio, but I wouldn't do it. Here we go. Charge it up. Okay. Here's the battery compartment. This is awesome. Again, flat top battery. It comes with a 1500 milliamp hour. It's okay for basic use. If you're going to be using this a lot, you're going to want to upgrade. I'd upgrade to like a 3100. That's a great sell. So you just pop this out. Positive is to the bottom. Note that. It's also printed inside there. I don't know if I can get that in the light. Come on, light source. There it is. Lithium ion. Positive to the bottom. Okay. On flat tops, the bottom is completely flat, and the top has kind of an indent to it. So you just throw in this is a 3100 Panasonic, and just to show you it works, boom. Now I like to use recycled or reclaimed 18650s, and I have quite a few of them. Like I got this LG, and it fits in there as well. This is a 2600 milliamp hour, and I got that for like 30 cents. It was just in a modem pack I'd take apart. It's an 8-year-old battery, but it works like new. So yeah, just different things to keep your radio listening cheap and continuously going. So these batteries are great. They can charge like 400 or 500 times. So yeah, I enjoy this ability to swap these out. So we'll put the original back in just to show you it works well with the original battery. And let's get to talking about FM and start tuning this radio and see how good it is. Yeah. So FM reception report. I always like to go over FM reception. I go upstairs, usually the same time of day, every day when I test my radios. I go through the entire FM band. I log every station I can find, be it very faint. As long as I can make out what they're saying, I log it. I do try to watch for tropospheric ducting or e-skipping. And if any of that going on some of the frequencies, I will stop and do it a different day. So this is done without any of those additions. So this radio here, I have a 5-tier method: fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. And this radio scored a good at 58 stations. Just close to good. I mean, it should be like a good minus. So 3-star minus, maybe 2 3/4 star. I was surprised because the antenna here isn't very long. It's 11 1/4 inches. The MP3 version, I believe, was like a 15-inch antenna. For 4 inches more, makes a huge difference because this found 68 stations. Just want to let you know that, yeah, the FM could be slightly better with a longer antenna. I'm sure if you clipped a wire to this, it would also improve, which we're going to do tonight probably. But yeah, our reception at 11 1/4 inch antenna gives us that sensitivity of 58 stations found, giving good rating. Selectivity was, I'm going to say okay to good, 2.5-star rating. It's about average. It's equal to an old school analog radio such as this Monster GE. They've come a long way. This is a 9-volt battery, by the way. And this tune's much nicer and sounds better. Can you believe it? Yeah. So there are improvements. So, and that radio was made in Hong Kong too. All right. So right now we did the FM reception report. So expect decent FM reception. If you're in an urban environment, you're going to get a lot more stations. So don't worry about that. But if you're in a rural environment, you're going to be struggling a little bit to get stations. Just want to give you a heads up. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on and do a audio demonstration on the speaker. Radio Todderbert. There we are. It's playing Rock Out. So what I use is an FM transmitter too by Secrate. Don't know if you can still buy these or not, but they're pretty cool. It allows you to hook up an MP3 player, which I have. Sony. I paused it. There we go. Hooked to the C-Crane, transmitting at 97.7 megahertz. So this radio can pick it up and you can get an idea what the speaker sounds like. Nice. So royalty-free music, so I can let it play longer. Put that in there so you can see what's playing. Nice. Just for a few minutes.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
But I promise you, baby,
nice and low. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll go to the bottom of the FM band here, and I'm going to hook up a little wire. Since I'm in the subfloor basement, it'll help get some reception down here, give an idea of what we can hear with this radio. I'm going to go ahead and turn this transmitter off. We're going to find that wire kind of buried behind my other radios. Okay, there we are. So it's just a little 12-foot wire. It's hung up in the inside of my window. Always good to have an antenna wire either inside or outside. If you go outside, you gotta be careful of lightning and storms. But if it's inside the blinds, you're fine. So there we go. So we'll go ahead and turn this up. We'll just cruise up the FM band here.
Guardian angel, count on your guardian angel. Say, work with me on this. Help me on this. Okay. And
I noticed the tuning is really smooth on this one, which is amazing because the other one, the MP3 version, this one here was a little harder to tune. This tuning dial's a bit more restrictive, which isn't a bad thing. In the middle, it starts to tighten up, but this one here stays smooth across the whole dial, which is good.
Was Matt Talbot, Talbot, and he was venerable.
Invest. You may be investing in the movies of the summer and not investing in God's kingdom. You're investing in the worldly kingdom. Doesn't mean you can't.
To give compensation to families of the victims who died in the tragedy.
Somehow you want me.
Hey baby, big city, big Guess that I'm stuck in
.org.
Now is a great time to save big on. Maintain your wood surfaces.
All your electrical needs. We are ever ready.
Hi, I'm Brad Kozlowski, driver number 2.
$, the lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple.
Turn to Cold and get $15 when you bundle Tide and Downy. Energy savings based.
Diabetes, your risk is even higher.
Is something that many homeowners ignore. But that's
products. Service and product availability varies by state. Sales agent compensated based on a
Again, I'm in Chicago, USA, so these are Chicago stations. Might be some Rockford stations, might be some Wisconsin stations mixed in there.
Be a car, but it's not. This is a bedroom. I need a Washington's for 5 weeks.
Me daily. More at Macy'sBackstage.com.
I'm Listening reminds you that you are not alone, and that talk saves lives. There's
they shall know him, they shall live and
finish, take a shower. I could do this.
Sound good.
Saturday night starting at 6 on
the Harry Styles 5 residency at the United States.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's 10 chances to win all day.
Was down, but he tried to beat the train anyway.
Too many drivers are killed.
Everything has been changing.
You ain't get sued for that. Wonder what a might do for that.
glasses, or contacts. Visit shopco.com to schedule an eye exam and for complete offer details. Shopco Optical.
This is 105.5. So
Keeping your vehicle on the road includes preparing for the changing seasons, like checking the fluids. That's a job for Jiffy. Fluids lubricate, cool, and perform other vital functions that help keep your car running and driving. Offering preventative vehicle maintenance,
wage increase, a $1,500 retention bonus for the next
105.9 his old time radio at night. Cool. It's the same as 780 WBBM.
A ratification vote is scheduled for Wednesday evening when ranked.
Wniosek o emeryturę wdowiu mama powinna
Okay, we'll call it there. That's the FM band scan. Let's go ahead and just turn that off. We'll switch to the AM band. We'll unclip this wire since you don't need that for the AM band because it uses the internal ferrite antenna. This radio, of course, sports 2 antennas just like most portable radios do. There's a lot of new people to portable radio on my channel, so some don't know that. And yeah, this utilizes an internal bar antenna for the medium wave. So let's go down to the AM band here. Turn it up. Hear what we can hear. Like I said, during the day, it's great on locals. Sounds fantastic. And it's decent on semi-locals. Distance stations, I couldn't pick up any. But maybe I need a passive loop. I didn't try that.
Me from living my best life. Just a few years ago, using the stairs was difficult because of the back pain. Then I found Relief Factor, a 100% drug-free solution.
So let's go pretty quick up the band here so we can pick up. Okay, that's cool. Let's see if that's CFCO or if that's Nashville. Sounds Nashville. Nice. Okay, so it's picking up pretty good.
You don't see shades of the country Caruso, Johnny Bush in that man's voice. I don't know what you're listening to. That's Lee Harmon tonight doing You Had a Call, again on the Stop record label.
Yeah, 650 WSM Nashville, Tennessee is 434 miles south.
Every night on the show.
They're trying to stay alive during the course of the game. Matthews had to throw 48 passes. No rushing in a game like
670 WSCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
57 yards on the ground. Matthew Stafford, he threw for 254 yards to the shock of no one.
Dial accuracy is good.
Cooper Kupp was on the receiving end of 100.
That's 104% increase. Again,
700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles to the east. That's west, north, south.
Looking at that nationwide high, gas prices in California are at $6.38. That is up 30 cents just from last week.
720 WGN with some music. Nice.
Melissa Fleming at the World Economic Forum.
Oh wait, that was 740.
Because the UN is in charge of the science.
Okay, that's 740.
On Zoomer Radio, I'm Ziggy with Midnight Blue. That was Papa Charlie Jackson. You put it in, I'll take it out. And Alberta Hunter with I'm Hard to Satisfied. You know, honestly, there are women who choose...
740 CFZM, Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to the northeast.
No. Well, I feel like I cheated on that one because we were just talking about the elevator, and that was brother doing the bass on it.
720 WGN Chicago. Kind of went backwards a little bit. DSP, you can go past the stations pretty quick, especially with a smooth dial like this. So go take your time.
Yeah. Well, I'm on a roll tonight, brother. I'm on a roll that's free tonight.
Zoomer?
We own the science. We are the same thing you heard from Anthony Fauci. He was the
Jumping
science.
right up to 760, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
UN officials saying we own the science. Therefore, we are working with search engines to prevent you from seeing information that rebuts some of the things that we are saying.
WGR?
And the informational environment is just going to get worse.
Amazon has so much merchandise they got to get rid of. They're doing a
to you and prevent you from.
Because you can't remove Taos laundry odor. When detergent by itself.
Here's 780 WBBM, Chicago. Now, I heard WGR just before that, and I think we had WSB before that when I was moving forward. Sometimes the DSP will fall back a little bit as you go forward.
Fresh.
Now, DSP means digital signal processor, if you don't know. It's decent on this radio.
With Downey, rinse and refresh.
Hi, I'm Navy Dowdy, best-selling author and executive producer. That's very, very important. You've done podcasts, you've done a lot of studies, and what's your overall opinion on this? I mean, you're.
This sounds like Ground Zero 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, 300 miles south.
You've got degrees, and when you talk about this stuff, I'm sure people are like wondering, well, what's going on here? Why is he thinking that way? What are some of the things?
This venture capital firm is backing a company that promises to make your pizza in less than 5 minutes.
This is cool.
And do it more cheaply. Stellar Pizza is folding pizza-making robot truck. You order by app, the robot does most of the work. With Money News at 25 and 55 on WCBS, I'm Bloomberg's Joan Doniger.
You've seen the ads on TV.
So here you go, WCBS 880. This is New York, New York, which is 750 miles northeast.
I'm Dr. David Fine, founder of Princeton Longevity Center. For more than 20 years,
I'm going to zip up to the top of the dial, and then we'll do final thoughts.
For helping men feel younger and perform better. Our comprehensive men's health and vitality program can detect the earliest.
So quite a bit of stations in the evening, of course. You're going to be able to find quite a bit.
Medical only. Actual savings will vary based on the measures implemented and on customers' usage and rates.
Hey, this is David Kaplan. Look, I know
now it's got a lot of clicks. You'll notice clicking, and I think I know exactly what that is. I've been researching DSP chips, and I noticed you can set the bands by certain resistor values. And some of these companies, I think, set the band for worldwide, which means they don't have to worry about where this radio goes for the AM band. It automatically picks up 9K and 10K. So I think some of the tuning we're hearing, like what they call false peaking or extra little clicks before you hear the station louder, is 9 kilohertz tuning and 10 kilohertz tuning on the same band. I did notice that that is an option on some of these DSPs. It's cool.
I'm down 30 pounds since May 2nd because I have the accountability and guidance that I need. I was that guy that thought I work out every day.
Local Italian people are concentrated.
But there are some positive things.
At Indicator, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 90.
Teams going up the building, and we're kind of checking out one by one each building, and we're.
No wonder we get orders.
More realistic than most streams are. Let's just hope.
David, I have a previous.
Rebroadcast coast to coast. Going quicker.
About the COVID shot. Is that
How to protect accounts by
Iowa.com and search for Advanced Iowa on LinkedIn
1540.
and Facebook. Stocks, bonds,
KXCL,
all
Waterloo, Iowa,
to be
280
on a roller
miles.
coaster as the fourth
West.
quarter of 2022 begins. Financial journalist Jordan Goodman breaks down the current numbers.
Or 240 miles. More of those two. That could be 1610 CHHA. 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City, Iowa.
No. America, did they win with it, man? It doesn't matter. Okay, listen.
All the way to the top of the band.
The idea of data them a lot. I assume.
1710 KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa. Cool. All right, we're done. The ClooBlut RD207 in a basic AM/FM radio package with an 18650 powered source. I really like it. I like the fact that just hook it up, recharge it, and you're on the go. It could be a daily radio. It's a curved design, which is nice. Is it worth the $19? Yeah, I think so. If that's all you're looking for. And of course, you do have a flashlight if you need it. And it works. It's pretty bright. It's very handy to have. So, yeah, definitely a winner in my book. I do like this brand. I do like the MP3 version. I do like the weather alert version. I do like having the weather band on my radio. Doesn't need to have it. I do like the MP3 as an option because I like to carry my radio. Sometimes I don't want to listen to the radio. I want to listen to some MP3s, like some old-time radio. I'll load this one up. So I'll have links to the AM/FM version and the MP3 version and even the weather one, which which isn't pictured here, but I couldn't find it real quick. I have it packed away, but I'll have those links. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. 2, if you like ClooBlut and you want to have more, hit subscribe with the bell icon, get notified of future reviews. And 3, comment below what you think about the AM, FM only version. Would it be one you'd pick up? All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.